It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. And then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Herbert.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 23. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Under pressure, they got him again. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This ball complete to Rager.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now.
Back deep here, Andre Roberts. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. And bulldozing his way through. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Right now. Hey, we gotta get to that Mike over there. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Burt sets up to throw it.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here now, Roberts. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff. It's Eckler. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's going to be caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls get through goalposts.
A big play there for Philly.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Throwing is Hurts. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They'll run here with Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Herbert off of play action. And this is caught by Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. Herbert back to the air. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Play action. It's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Herbert throwing again. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Josh Palmer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding a...
Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Eagle pressure, too much this time. There he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he's going to air one out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. 19 Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here is Eckler.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Open man is Palmer. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Herbert now. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So the lead extended, and I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Michael Davis. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Josiah DeGuara. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Lambeau on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
And now here's another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 31, Herbert. That's caught by Kelly. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. It's Eckler again. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer. Touchdown! Josh Palmer. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Second and 10. He'll drop to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 8 coming up. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the field touchdown. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, Eckler. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous. Mike 14, Mike 14. Double dog, that's the way.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this one complete to Smith. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Going for it with Sanders. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Herbert. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy?
And he caught it up and picked up by the Chargers. They find some open field here. Now they can't bring him down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That catch good for only a couple. Second and 8. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. They'll look to throw here. This is Smith with a grab. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the fourth quarter. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Once more, here's Eckler. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. 45. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 45's the mark.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Chargers, they snap out of their doldrums and improve to 2-6 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.